guys, so today I'm in a kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade marshmallows. I make these all the time, and every time I do, someone asks me, how do you make homemade marshmallows? So I thought I'd show you guys how. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually in culinary school. I just started, I just got into the labs, and it's really fun, and I'm enjoying it so much. But I'm going to show you how to make homemade marshmallows today. It is really easy. You only need a couple ingredients, which I will show you right now. So the first thing you will need is 2 cups of white sugar. The second thing you'll need is light corn syrup, 1 cup of it. So I just have the Karo light corn syrup, so you'll need 1 cup of that. You will need 1 cup of cold water. You will need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It's measured out in there. You will need 3 packets of unflavored gelatin. This is just the Knox original gelatin unflavored. It comes with 4 envelopes, but you only need 3. And lastly, in the ingredients for the actual marshmallows, you will need 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. The next thing you will need is a stand mixer. You also need the whisk, the attachment, the whisk one. Look, oh, there you can see it. You need the whisk one attached to your KitchenAid. You will also need a big pot to put on your stove for your sugar mixture, which I will explain later, but you need a pretty decent sized big pot. The next thing you will need is a candy thermometer. This one is really old. My mom has had it forever. I don't know where it came from, but you will need a glass candy thermometer that is very delicate, and I'm always nervous when I use it because I don't want it to break on me. The next thing you will need is a pan. So this is just like your typical brownie pan that you would make. The recipe that I have, it says a 13 by 9 by 2 inch pan. I honestly will say you can use whatever you want. It just depends on how thick you want your marshmallows, how thin you want your marshmallows. But this is just the one that I choose to use. You will need powdered sugar or confectionery sugar, or as other people call it in the world, icing sugar. Down here we call it powdered sugar. So this is just Domino's confectionery sugar. You will also need parchment paper. You will also need a spray. This is Pam, the original non-stick cooking spray. And you will also need a sifter. So this is just one of those hand cranking ones. That is everything that you will need. The first thing you will need to do is line your pan with parchment paper. So to do that, it sounds simple. It is simple. Spray your pan with the Pam. So then you take your parchment paper and line your pan. So I have now lined my pan with parchment paper. And the reason that you spray it with the Pam is so that the parchment paper sticks to the pan. Because if not, the parchment paper is going to be rolling everywhere and it's going to be a mess. So the next thing that you need to do is take your sifter and your powdered sugar and cover your pan with the powdered sugar. This allows the marshmallows not to stick, so they'll easily come out. So also when you line your pan, I would leave like a little edge of the parchment paper so you can easily pull it out when your marshmallows are done drying. Okay, so now I have powdered my pan. You might be able to see, you probably will not. I don't want to move it too much. Yeah, you can kind of see. You also want to save some of your powdered sugar for the end, because when you put your marshmallow fluff into the pan, you want to top it with a little bit of powdered sugar just to help with the stickiness. So the last thing that you're going to do for preparation for these homemade marshmallows is you're going to put your 3 packets of unflavored gelatin and 1/2 cup of that cold water into the stand mixer bowl and let it sit for at least 15 minutes. I'm just going to let that sit in my stand mixer. Okay, so for the sugar mixture, sugar, water to the bowl, and stir over medium heat until the sugar is dissolved. So as you can see, it's starting to come to a boil on the sides. And it's gonna make this really scary white foam. And I never know what to do with it, but that's okay. That's okay. It all disappears whenever you put the lid on it for the 3 minutes to let the sugar crystals dissolve. So see how it's like grown a little bit? Yeah. So let's go maybe about 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna put the lid on it. Okay, so now that we're at a boil, I'm gonna turn my heat down just a little bit, and I'm gonna cover it with my lid for about 3 minutes until the sugar crystals along the side have disappeared. Then you're gonna remove your lid and put your candy thermometer in your pot, and you're gonna let it come to 240 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. So whenever you put the candy thermometer in it, you're gonna increase it to high heat and let it come to a boil without stirring it, and that's when you're gonna let it come to the 240 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so the timer has gone off, and I'm removing the lid. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so this is now when you attach your candy thermometer. Now your candy thermometer is going to fog up. Mine does all the time, but you just have to keep wiping it off and looking at the degrees. Okay, so whenever our temperature reaches 240 degrees, we're going to bring it over to our stand mixer and slowly add it into our bowl on a medium speed. Let it incorporate itself. Alright, we're at 240. Now, I turn the heat off, take my candy thermometer out, and go over to my mixer, which I'm going to put on a low speed. And start adding in my mixture. Oh. Okay. Let's roll it. Okay, so now that we have our sugar mixture into our bowl, I'm going to slowly increase the speed of our mixer. At first it's going to look weird, but I promise it will turn into marshmallowy fluff. A stiff peak and is really thick and fluffy, that is when you're going to incorporate your vanilla into the mixture. And that's only going to take about 30 seconds. So as you can see, it's starting to become like marshmallow fluff. Okay, so this is about the consistency that you want. You see how it's like still dripping a little bit, but it pretty much stays on here. That's what you're looking for. So now I'm going to put this back on. Oh, you see, it's a sticky marshmallowy mess. Put it back in and slowly incorporate our vanilla for about 30 seconds. What you have is the marshmallow cream that you buy in the store, basically. See that? Look how good that is. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Okay, so what I have now is just a little scraper and a cup of water, because you want to wet your scraper when you get it in the marshmallow mixer so it doesn't stick to it. Even put some on your hands if you need to, because that mixture is incredibly sticky. So now you're just going to take your pan that we pre-dusted with powdered sugar and your marshmallow fluff and just plop it on in. Make sure it gets all in the corners, just like you're putting in like a cake mix or brownie batter. So now you have your marshmallow fluff in your pan, and what you're going to do is you're going to dust it with another thin layer of powdered sugar. You can't really see it because it's all white, but now you have your marshmallow. So this is going to sit just like this. I usually cover mine with just a little thin paper towel just so nothing falls on it. This is going to sit just like this for 12 hours or overnight. As long as you want to leave it out really, but at least 12 hours. And when those 12 hours in, you're just gonna pop it out and cut it up into marshmallows. Alright you guys, so it has been about 2 days since I made the marshmallows. Yesterday I was so busy I just couldn't fool with them, but today it is now 12:22 on Sunday. I originally filmed the making of the marshmallows on Friday around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it has almost been about 2 days since we made our marshmallows. So here they are. They have paper towel on top. Keep that close by just in case something goes wrong. So now I'm going to show you how to cut up your marshmallows. It's really simple, really, you can do it however you want actually. I'm just going to show you my process. So what I'm going to do first is pick up my marshmallows out of the tin. Here we have them. Put those to the side. So what you're going to do is fold your parchment paper away from your marshmallows. This is honestly the hardest part, I think, just because it's hard to get the powdered sugar on the sides of your parchment paper, but it's not so bad. It's actually coming up pretty easily today. Also, whenever you are doing this, the sides are going to be sticky, so either have some powdered sugar on hand or use what's on top of your marshmallow to just push it on the side or put it on your hands just so you don't stick, so it's not too sticky. So I'm just prying my marshmallow off of the parchment paper, and it's coming off pretty easily today. Normally it doesn't come off this easy, so I'm pretty impressed. Almost done. Alright, and here you have a sheet of marshmallows. Oh my gosh, isn't this the coolest thing ever? Okay, so now I'm just going to pour some powdered sugar on my workplace just so my marshmallows don't stick. So I'm going to start cutting my marshmallows. I normally cut them, I usually do small ones over here, and then whenever I start getting to the end, I get tired of cutting the small ones, so I just leave them kind of big. So like the big marshmallows that you buy for like campfires and stuff like that. And I just start cutting away. Now this part is totally up to you on what size you want your marshmallows and all that kinds of stuff. But I'm just going to go for about this big. See how it sticks? So I'm going to get some powdered sugar on it and it's not going to stick. See? And there we have it, our first little row of marshmallow. And whenever I have a few strips cut, I'll take them, hold on, I need to powder these up because they're sticky. I will take them and I will place them on top of one another so it's easier for me to cut the little slivers. So I'll do it like this, or that's too tall. So I'll just do it like this, and then I'll cut them into the smaller pieces. So you take it like this, and just cut them. And here we have, hold on, whoop, come on. See how sticky they are? And then I roll them in the powdered sugar, get that stick off, and here you have it. you have marshmallows. Look how amazing that is. Isn't that so fun? So here you have marshmallows. I'm going to continue doing this until all of this is cut up into tiny little marshmallows. Guys, so I just finished cutting up all the marshmallows. As you can see right here, look how amazing they look, like the little Jiffy marshmallows that you buy from the store. Is that the brand? Jiffy? Whoever. It looks just like marshmallows you buy from the store. Look how cool. Yeah, they're out of focus, but it's okay. Look at them. So it took me roughly 30 minutes to complete my marshmallows. I personally thought it takes me longer to do them. Every other time that I've cut them up, it feels like it takes me like at least an hour. But this was just right at 30 minutes to cut them up like this in the squares. Oh, they're all falling. Okay, like this. Yep. Like this in the squares. You can cut them up however you want. I've never tried to cut them with like a cookie cutter or anything to make different shapes, but I'm sure you could do that. I think next time that I make these, I want to try to put them in a pastry bag and pipe them out into little squirts to make them like the sucree ones that are like little dollops of marshmallow. I'm going to try that. If I do try that, I'll probably like try to coat the inside of the pastry bag with powdered sugar as best as I can and then put the marshmallow in it because I'm sure it's going to stick to it like crazy. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'll let you guys know. So here you have it, our homemade marshmallows. If you like this video and you're going to try it, please give this a thumbs up. Comment down below if you are going to try this. I would love to know if you do end up trying this and how they came out. You can't see that, but there's a marshmallow in my hand. Yeah, so I hope they're all falling. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!